What is up, everyone?
Let's go on in.
Friday.
Afternoon.
You know what that means?
Today?
Tomorrow is Saturday.
Yes, that's right.
Cool.
Just
And
in
then
case you didn't know. And then
get ready for work on Monday, baby.
My favorite.
That's not even, we don't even call it Sunday anymore. We call it getting ready for work on Monday.
But
Yeah.
it's true though. I find that I hate Sundays more than I hate Mondays.
I think everyone does.
Because
So Matt Lucas Lee, as usual. Sorry.
Because when you're on Monday, you're like, okay, I'm already starting the week. You know, like
Yeah.
what Sunday is like, fuck, man, I have to go start the week tomorrow.
There's
Like,
this,
it's a lull,
there's
it's like a lull.
there's this sadness in the air.
Yeah.
Sunday.
What's even worse is like if you're away, like when you go to the cottage, Sunday's the worst because you got to drive home and then
Yeah.
then you're tired on top of having to go to work
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Usually on Sundays, like my family, we all meet up at my parents' house.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it even, like, it's fun. We all have fun. And then it's like, okay, everyone, like, bye. See you guys in another week.
Have a shitty week.
Like that shit.
Go your shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I actually liked because I used to work Sunday through Thursday. What Sundays I actually fucking love because on Monday when everyone else started their week, I'm like, yo, I'm already like partly done the week.
Yeah, but you can never enjoy your Saturday to the full extent.
Oh, I do.
You could.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because you'd leave parties at like 11.
Oh, ew.
If
ew.
If that. That's pretty
That's late.
Gross.
That's late, yeah.
That's late. I was gonna say, man.
That's extending it.
You know what? As we get older, I do find that lack of sleep really hurts me more. Where like back when I was like 21, dude, like 4 hours of sleep after drinking all night, no problemo. That's no issue. I'll have a Gatorade. Now, let alone drinking, but just having 4 hours of sleep, I'm like, yo, I'm fucked. Like that whole day, I feel like I'm drunk. I'm like, yo, I can't do this.
It took me like 2 days to recover from last weekend.
Dude.
And we weren't even
how drunk were you? I didn't think you were that drunk.
No, I wasn't that drunk. Like I rode a good buzz, but just staying up that late. Up that late plus the drinking, like I was just so fucking tired for like 2 days.
I was so tired at that last point in the night. I'm like, I have to go to bed. I'm so
you were
tired.
falling asleep before like all of us.
Yeah, I was like sitting down. I was like, bro, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, you can't. Okay, so for all of you who don't know, my bachelor party was last weekend. Great time. Appreciate all the boys who came out. But it's funny. I could tell there are these points in the night where Matt. It probably happens to me too. But Matt, you were so fucking tired, and you're sitting at the bottom of the bed. Your eyes are closed. And you're leaning. And Lucas is still like pretty high energy, and he's like making these jokes to you, and you're like, I don't want to like ignore him, but you're just like, I'm like, Lucas, take a fucking hit. Leave the man alone.
That's just how funny I find him. It's just not funny.
It's just you were wide awake. Okay, you were wide awake. You just didn't want to deal with him.
His eyes were just rolling. He didn't have his eyes closed. He's like,
fuck. Yeah.
Yo, can we talk about how good it was to like hear live music again? Like it was so refreshing. That was like,
that was good live music too.
I want to know who that band was because they were phenomenal.
They're there every weekend.
Find out. Yeah,
I would shout them out because they were so good.
Yo, how bad would it have been if our first live music event since COVID
sucked?
And they sucked? Was it always like this?
No,
they did a good job. They did a fantastic.
We could also be like, yo, they must be rusty because they haven't done this since COVID. So
that's fair.
They give them like an excuse.
They played like all genres of music. It was sick. They played
They went from Arctic Monkeys to Michael Jackson. Like it's fucking sick.
One song I could do without is the Ghostbusters theme song.
How dare you? That was great.
Sure, it's cool. It's a cool song,
without
but
the Arctic Monkey song.
Well, they requested it, right?
Some white girl requested it at the front.
Arctic Monkeys are sick, but like when we're like, we're at the bar and they kind of want like a little dancey vibe from this. Yeah, I don't want.
They have better songs to dance to. The one that they chose is like the one I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know this.
That's true. That's fair. That's very fair.
They played some unknown song. It could have probably not been Arctic Monkeys. Like, yo, she requested Arctic Monkeys. Do we hit him with something else?
Yo, I think they would have done a Killers cover.
They did do Killers.
Which song?
Brightside, Mr. Brightside.
They did do Mr. Brightside.
They did. Yes,
I was thinking in my head that I was like, yo, they would have done well, but then I'm like, they must have done it. Okay, they obviously killed it then.
You should have gone up to them right after they did Mr. Brightside and be like, yo, do Mr. Brightside. You guys would be so good at that.
After every song, just repeat the same song that they just played. Be like, yo, you know what you do well?
This one. Fucker. Yeah, obviously we just did it. honestly, one of the things that like it was nostalgic and it really made me miss going out. Like since COVID, yeah, I missed going out, but like having to taste it last weekend, I was like, oh, I really miss
Yeah,
going
I want to
out.
go out.
And one of the things though specifically is for those of you who don't know, like Matt has this charisma and charm to him, and he's just such an approachable guy, especially when we're out. And like there were like two girls who like wanted Matt, and it was just so fun because it just took me back to the days. It took me back to the days going to Nash, and I was just having fun in a corner, and just like we'd end up mingling with like groups of girls and stuff, and it would always be like you kind of interacting with the girl. It just reminded me of the old days, and it's just so fun to see.
I was telling the story that it's like we obviously all have the shirts. We all have these bachelor party shirts. It also says like Groom Squad. It has a picture of Lee. Ours are all pink. Lee's is yellow. And yeah, she was like, I want to say maybe like her 40s, mid 40s. Sure. And she comes up and she's like, "Oh, are you guys doing like some bachelor party?" And I was like, yeah, we are. Like, of course. And she's like, "Which one's the bachelor?" And I was like, I looked, I'm like, he's like the guy that's in a different color shirt. The guy that's on the shirt. She's like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Yeah.
She's like, people are oblivious.
Or maybe it was just like a way to, make conversation. But I was just like kind of just chill, have a good time. And I was like,
my favorite part was I probably, you guys obviously know the story, but the viewers out there is we're walking through the casino and we're kind of like walking in like I want to say pairs, like there's like a few of us. So Lee's at the very front and I'm at the very back, like there's a good like distance where if I try to yell out to Lee, he would not hear me. Especially
there's like a minute walk's distance between us.
So this guy who's like on a table that we're passing by, he like turns to me and he's like, hey, who's the bachelor guy? I'm like, oh, the guy at the front. He's like, yo, tell him congrats. I'm like, all right. So like literally like, it takes me 5 minutes to finally catch up to you. I'm like, yo, Lee. The guy over there says congrats. He's like, okay. I'm like, all right. I'm like, what did he want? Did you think that we're gonna walk Congo back? He's like, thanks, man.
We should have.
Appreciate it.
I was telling Lucas, I wish I sent Lucas back. Like, yo, go tell him I said thank you. Lucas has to walk all the way fucking back. Like,
and then the guy's like, now tell him I say you're welcome. I'm like, fuck this place, man. Fuck. I hate fucking
going home. I'm going home.
What about the group that pulled Davey? Like,
yes, was so funny.
I think they literally grabbed him. Like,
they did, yes.
And they was like, "Hey, what's on your shirt?" Or like some shit. Like, I don't even know what they asked him, but I just like looked back and like Davey had been like taken away from our group. I was like,
yeah.
No!
So this group of older ladies, I guess, saw all of us wearing the same shirts again, and as we were walking by, they were like, "This is what Davey told me, anyways." As we were walking by, they're looking like, "Oh my god, something's going on! Like they're going to see something." They're going to see something, like it was a show or something. Like so they stopped Davey and they literally put their hands on him and opened his jacket to see the shirt. Like, yeah. And they're like, "What is this?" And they point to his shirt and he looks down and he looks back up and
that's my brother.
I'm way ahead of him. And his answer to them. They're like, what is this? He looks up, he's like, "That's him." And they're like, "What?" I was like, that's the best answer.
Imagine if they turn around and you're doing the pose like in the shirt.
It's so good.
Like it looks nothing like him. You're like, oh man, fuck.
I let myself go.
So a lot of people don't know this. We didn't go to the strip club, but we did see naked people. Sorry, I should say a naked person.
No, two. Because at the live band, we saw a girl who was really struggling outside and gave everyone a show as well.
Yeah, okay, just so
I
people
don't remember that.
You don't remember? Okay, so there's this girl drunk as a skunk.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's a saying. It is a saying.
Is it actually?
I think so. Yeah.
So she's walking across the street. Mind you, it was windy as. It was
very windy. Yeah.
Fuck. Like we were all basically walking like on a 45-degree to fight the wind. So she's crossing the street, drunk as a skunk, and there's this big glass wall in the bar. So like everyone's watching. It's this girl, her female friend, and I guess a male friend. And as she's walking, the wind blows her shirt wide open, and just titties flopping in the wind. And she just could not give a fuck.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I do remember her. Like she was like one of those where she was like literally standing at like a maybe like a 75-degree angle while like her friends were holding her. But that was like her, like she was like standing up, like thinking that she was like,
"Oh, we good? I'm good. Let's keep going." Yeah,
that's what it looks like when you're not fighting the wind. When the wind is just fighting you and it's winning. Like that's how it looks like when she was walking.
It's winding.
Oh God. Kempo, what's
That's
up?
my joke of the week.
Beep beep. I'm a driveway. Classic. I still don't know what
That
means.
was the thing we were talking. Remember we were talking about there was something in the shirt in the show that we were gonna make a shirt of. I think that was
That's it. That's
beep beep.
it.
I'm a drive away. Fucking
Yeah, beep
sick.
beep on the driveway.
That's cool.
Drunk as a skunk, actually. So I just looked this up. If it's because skunks eat a lot of insects and arachnids, and particularly scorpions. And the fermenting fruit that they eat results in them becoming intoxicated in the wild, hence being as drunk as a skunk. Which is pretty
Really?
cool. That's pretty fucking
Very
cool.
interesting. So does this not happen to other animals, or are just skunks known for it?
I think just
'Cause, like,
skunks
I
are
imagine-
known for it.
Koala bears are known for getting high off eucalyptus.
Can you get high off eucalyptus?
Oh, they can specifically. I think it's like their digestive tract with it.
Oh, okay. It's
But
specific to
so
them.
you tell me every time I see a skunk, it's most likely plastered.
What?
Every time I see a skunk, it's most likely drunk as fuck.
Probably.
Why don't you go ask it?
Yeah.
Ask if he needs a ride. Ask if he drove, because if not, you should take his keys.
If not, you should take his keys.
If he has not, sorry, if he is drunk, yeah, sorry.
What? If he drove.
If he
drove, take his keys.
Yeah, but
if he's drunk walking, he's not hurting anyone.
You don't know that. What if he fell on top of someone else and they
Or
died?
just punch somebody.
Yeah.
That actually happened to my sister once. So we're in Virginia.
Got punched by a skunk?
He was drunk. I knew it.
That'd be amazing. No, we were in Virginia, and we're like the Virginia Boardwalk, and it's a fun place if no one's ever been. We're walking down, and we're standing outside of like this one. I'm pretty sure it was a bar too. We're waiting for my parents, and me and my sister are standing there. There's this guy coming out who's a lot like that girl from the bachelor party, like just couldn't stand. He's just wobbling everywhere, and we're both just talking shit about him. My sister more than me, and we're both speaking French, so like people can understand us. And she's like talking mad shit about this guy in French, and like Karma acted so quickly because he comes out, stumbles one way, and then topples the other way right on top of her, and just like flattens my sister. She like twists her ankle and shit, so I had to like piggyback her all the way back to the car. It was like an hour walk, but we were like, "Yo, Karma got you, girl. Like, don't talk shit about people."
Yo, that
jerk.
Speaking of which,
you think he understood French and just like full out?
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck this bitch." Yeah, maybe.
Fuck these croissants.
Yo, the whole thing about like I don't know the time, I don't know if I can recall a time that I was that drunk, like where I couldn't stand up. Like I don't know. Like if recently.
Well, that's the reason why you can't recall.
No,
if you've
like,
been that drunk, you don't remember.
Even like someone telling me like, "Yo, you couldn't even walk." Like I don't know the last time that's happened to me.
I do remember. One time you were at my house party, we called you a baby giraffe trying to stand for the first time because of how drunk you were. You had to use the counters to hold yourself up while you were DJing.
No, I don't think it was me, because I think I went that night.
It was specifically you.
No. Yeah, I don't think I've ever not been able to stand or walk.
You were still with Gracie at the time, because Gracie it was like when you guys first started dating, because Gracie was like babysitting you.
I don't remember that, but yeah, I just couldn't like how to get that. Like I feel like I would pass out before I would get like that drunk. You know what I mean? Or like I'd puke and be like, I don't feel good. I want to go like chill.
You do a good job of like keeping it together though. Like I don't understand how people black out. Like
no,
I'd pass out long before I blacked out.
What you've just said happens. Where like, oh Matt, you did a good job. But I'm like, I don't really remember.
Yeah,
I like to think that I did all right, but I don't remember like the last half of the last leg of the night type thing.
Apparently and I think there are a few of you guys who know, like you can read me pretty well when I'm drunk, but apparently I hide it very well. Like there are times where I'm like at a 9 and I'm like, I am fucking wasted. And people are like, hey Lee, like how you doing? And I'm like, I'm fucked. And they're like, seriously? Like I couldn't even tell. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Until you stand up, then we can tell.
That's fair.
That happened when you were like one of the most recent times you were here that you got really drunk. Was like you were all good and then you stood up and then literally like you were like coasting, you were good, and then all of a sudden as soon as you stood up, you're like you were fucked. I don't know.
Yo, because then once the blood starts pumping,
yeah,
and shit,
yeah, you were the same level of fucked. It's just you walking just ruined you.
Fuck, god damn it.
I want to. Sorry, Kempo called out a few things. One, I want to talk about not wearing a mask this week. Where did that go? Yeah,
in Mississauga
this week. I don't wear one in Mississauga.
Okay, who cares?
I'm a rebel.
Yeah, so something that people aren't aware of though is technically in Mississauga you still have to wear it till the end of the month. And
yeah, correct.
I think that's like kind of like out the window because I even go to grocery stores and some of the workers aren't wearing the mask. So I think everyone's just kind of fucking over it.
It's
It's
stupid when
it's
you put
provincial.
a date. When you put a date on it, it's so stupid. It's
Yeah,
the
it's like,
stupidest thing.
what's gonna change from now till
What's
then?
happening?
That it's like,
Yeah, it just
it's
shows that
not
there's
gonna
like
affect-
zero logic in it. Like, like wear your mask today, but like maybe not next week. Like,
Maybe not
what
tomorrow.
What the fuck? What
It's
do you
just stupid.
What do you mean?
It's dumb that we had a provincial, like, hey, provincially this is going, except for Mississauga. But like that was kind of like not even spoken about. You had to look that up.
Well, no, the provincial people just left it up to the municipalities. So
Right.
they said,
Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, so like, hey, cities, do whatever you want. And then Bonnie Crombie was like, mask up, motherfuckers. And we were like, ugh, nope.
Yeah, I actually, when I went into Superstore in Georgetown the Monday, I actually thought I had to wear masks because everyone had them, and then I was like, no way. I'm like, am I wrong? And then I saw one person without. I'm like, I'm fucking good. But it's weird, like, so people like I feel like it now. I feel like an outcast being the one wearing no mask because I'm like, why are you guys still wearing them? Like,
I'm still wearing a
deal?
mask at a grocery store.
Yeah,
It doesn't bug me. I just do it just for the comfort of the cashiers. Like I feel bad they still have to wear
fuck
masks.
that.
I'll just do it.
no,
Solidarity.
fuck that.
I'll spit in their face.
It doesn't bug me. I do understand like it's
But
kinda,
while
yeah,
you're
it's
while you're
stupid.
wearing your mask,
So-
you're like,
Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, basically.
Temple also wants to know the pictures in the back, Lucas. Does it look like some kind of high school yearbook thing?
The
does
pictures
look
in the
like-
back are a collage of my
yeah,
girlfriend
Temple.
and I.
We've talked about this already.
No, but he actually we didn't because last
did.
time did we?
Yeah, you
We
mentioned
did. Last time
specifically
he
what
mentioned-
that was.
Last time he mentioned my room, I didn't have these pictures up. He said it looked like a prison cell.
I think it was me who called you out on the pictures. And then you said, oh, Lee, you're in this too. And I was like, hey, fucking sick.
Yeah. So it's a collage of my girlfriend and I. He also called out the gamer chairs look super comfy. I recommend if you do get one though, invest in a pretty expensive one.
I'll sell you mine. I want to get a Secret Lab.
Yeah,
but,
invest though. Like don't get a cheap
yeah,
one. Like it's not worth
Yeah,
it.
get like the $500, $600 one.
Yeah. So I got one
What?
that's a 350-pound capacity and XL chair for like $5. Best investment ever. It's not sagged yet. I bought a $150 one beforehand. Within like a year, it started to creak and all that good shit. Also, because I'm a pretty big boy.
I saw a sweet $200 one at IKEA. I'm getting that.
No.
Yo, but the thing that makes it
I'm
different,
getting
like how long do you sit in your chair for? Like I legit in this chair, like on a regular weekday, like I'll sit in it for like probably like 14 hours because like my
week?
work day. No, like
Oh, a day for a day.
yeah, like I'll sit in it, while I'm working throughout the day, and then if I'm gaming after work, then I'll sit in it too. So it's like
No,
it makes sense for it to be comfy.
maybe mine will be like 14 hours a week.
Oh, so that's
Then,
fair.
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so okay. Christina just made up a good point. She said, "If people want to wear masks, who cares? You can choose to or not choose not to. It should have been that way from the start."
Kinda. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yo, here's what's up though. Is there are definitely times
What's up?
here's what's up. There are definitely times where I'm going to wear a mask, and it's purely for selfish intentions. Example being when we're flying to Mexico, whether we have to wear masks or not, I will wear one. Not because we're in an enclosed aircraft with circulating air. Not because of that. No. But because I'm a very ugly sleeper who sleeps with his mouth wide open when I have to sit up in a chair. And yes, just like that, Lucas. So I'm trying to hide that. So I'll wear my fucking mask and sleep in peace.
You know, I started noticing though, because now that we're not wearing masks at work, is that I do find I make some ugly fucking faces as I pass by people, or I even do like this, and like,
Yes,
while
yeah.
people are talking to me, I'm like, all right.
He was doing that. He was doing that the other day, and I was just staring at him, and he looked at me. He's like, "I forgot I don't have a mask on." I was like, "Yeah, what the fuck was that?"
I also catch myself where I'm looking for my mask to put on, but I don't have one available because I have a box where I can grab a new one. But I was like, where the fuck's my mask? I'm like, oh, I don't need one. Or I'll be walking and I'll be like, bro, my face feels cold. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Yo, they were nice for the winter. They were nice.
Yeah.
Also, one other reason I'm glad masks are gone is we have this coworker who, when he would take a drink of his water with his mask, he'd literally lift it up over his eyes, like the top of his face, and drink. And I was like, what's happening here? Pull it down. Yeah, pull it down. But he'd pull it over his face and drink. Like, bro, chill. Like, I'm not okay with this.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, his logic is pretty insane on a lot of levels. That one's the funniest.
Yo, let's do a shot here.
Oh yes.
Yo, one thing I didn't notice, and then we'll talk about what we're drinking too. Sorry, beforehand.
Sure.
Pink Wit, Avi.
Cheers.
One thing I didn't know was that we leave on Good Friday, or sorry, we leave the Saturday
Good
after
Saturday.
Good Friday,
We live on Good Saturday.
which
Yeah,
is
that's
sick.
right.
We
Yeah.
can start partying on Thursday.
Lucas and I are going into work.
Yeah.
What?
I also have a mani pedi on Friday in between our shifts, so I'll have to leave work and go back after.
I'm gonna get my pedi at the resort.
Yeah, that's a hot take. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
So
especially when we be barefoot for the ceremony. I have to get a pedi. Fuck that. See these
Funny
light bulbs? They need polishing. Go on.
Funny story. So Jake, and Kel went to. I guess Kel had a nail appointment the other morning, so Jake went with her and ended up getting a mani and pedi, which is like hilarious. But so he's in a class, one of his random classes for school, and I don't know what the context is of the story, but the teacher goes, "Has anyone been like in a nail salon recently?" And like Jake unmutes the mic, he's like, "Actually, yeah, I was in one this morning." And the teacher's like laughs and was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Did you get like a mani and pedi?" And Jake's like, "Yeah, actually both." And the teacher starts like laughing, and then the teacher goes, "So can you tell us like what did it smell like?" And Jake's like, "I don't have a sense of smell." And the teacher's like, "Oh, okay." Like he's like, "That's kind of cool." He's like, "Is your sister there? Like, can she tell us what it smelled like?" And Kel's like, "Yeah." And then like Kel and I like the whole time we're like hysterically laughing that Jake's been like put on the spot about going to the nail salon. And then he goes, Kel goes like, "Yeah, it smells like cleaning supplies." And I guess the moral of the story is that like the nail salons don't smell like fresh fragrances anymore. Like with COVID, everything smells like cleaning supplies and all that shit. And how it's like now, like, you know, when you're in there all day, like you're just ingesting those chemicals literally all day long. And I don't know what it went from there, but the teacher was like, I guess, trying to hold back laughing when Jake was like, "Yeah, I got mani pedis." And
Yo, they're sick.
His toe was so dry that when they were brushing it, it fucking like took a chunk of his toe.
They have to get the cheese grater out. It's just start hacking at that shit.
Yeah. And then the lady at the nail lady literally told Kel, she's like, you know, he's got to moisturize his feet. They're so
that's so funny. Oh man. Have you not got a pedi before though, Matt?
Yeah, I did a long time ago.
They're fucking sick.
A long time ago. Yo, did Emma use the word fruit tart?
Yeah, I saw it too, and I wanted to call it out. Isn't it just a fruit or a tart? Like, no one's a fruit tart. And they mean two different things, fruits and tarts. No one's a fruit tart. I mean, I guess you could be a fruit tart, but
I've never heard that used before.
Oh. Like fruit is a little flamboyant.
Can you explain to us?
That was a fruit tart.
What?
If
you call someone a fruit tart, what the hell that means?
Yo, funny story. While we wait for Emma to defend herself, what do you think a tart? Like, if you would call someone a tart, are you familiar with that?
I've never called someone.
I just think someone is mispronouncing tart.
What?
Like
someone a tard.
Yeah, like
tard. Oh, tard with a D. Oh, no. So, well, I mean, okay, sure. But like when I'm used to, like, if I were to call Matt a tart, I would say you're like you're ditzy, you're a little airheaded, like you're a tart.
That's what tart means.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Well, that's the fast one on me.
That's what I grew up learning. So Davey, my brother, also grew up thinking the same thing. A tart is someone who's like a little ditzy. So I think it was the first time he was meeting his wife Genevieve's parents. He says something like, "Oh, like, yeah, you know, Jen's such a tart." And Jen gives him this look like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Why would you say that? Like in front of my parents?" And he's like, "You're ditzy, like you're a little clumsy sometimes." She's like, "That's not what tart means." He's like, "What does tart mean?" And she's like, "Tart means slut." And he was like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Oh shit!" Like, no. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
The parents were like, "Yeah, we know."
So I get that. That's like a fruit slut.
If you happen to play for the other team and you're a slut about it, I guess you're a fruit tart.
Fruits, you just love bananas. What can you say?
Hey.
or eggplant. You're just a big
Eggplant.
veggie.
That's
A
not a
big
fruit.
veggies guy.
A veggie
Oh
tart?
yeah. Sorry, you're right. A veggie tart. Oh,
See, yeah, Carl's with
Carl's
me.
there.
Carl also thought it was a dumb girl.
Where
But yeah,
is
apparently
that the
it's
first
slut.
thing Carl said? Carl comes
He
in.
just
out of
chimes
the
in right there. Yeah, hey, okay, cool.
We didn't even talk about how we went to the strip, like how we
Yeah,
got
we
to see
didn't
a
even.
strip
We
club
missed
situation.
that entire story.
Save that
didn't
part.
Even, we didn't even tell that yet. Did you tell? Have you guys told like Christina and Emma the stories yet?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. Are you
I
kidding me?
told
Like the
I
first-
told I told so many people on my first date back that I got so tired of telling people that I took a nap because I was like, yo, my voice is getting coarse.
I
from
told
not
it in
telling
such
people.
such great detail.
Yeah,
You gotta tell the story
acted it out.
properly though.
I acted
Yes.
it out too.
Gotta act it up. But you gotta
I
tell
was-
you gotta tell it chronologically. You gotta hide some details so they come up later and you say, what? Yeah. It's a good storytelling story.
I was hysterically laughing telling my mom the story in Lowe's yesterday. I was in a Lowe's telling her what happened. And I was acting it out too, which is even
I would love to see your mom's reaction to that story.
Oh,
I'm
she was
sure.
like her and I were like crying laughing after.
I'm sure it
like in
would've
the
been
middle of it, I was like trying to
amazing.
explain what happens, and she's fucking laughing so hard.
Fuck it. Without further ado, should we? Shall we?
Yeah,
Okay.
go-
Let me explain the layout of the room. So
No, let's talk about the trip first.
sure. Okay.
That's
sure.
where it started. So first thing, Scott unfortunately went to the wrong ghost station. So like, he was the
Yeah,
last one to get there, and we're like, he went to which one did he go to?
He went to Kipling. So we were all meeting up at, and this was news to me because it was a surprise for the bachelor party, but we were all meeting up at the Lisgar Ghost Station, and my brother had rented this big Sprinter van for us all to take like a party bus down. Sick. Loved it. Awesome. It's funny because I knew Scott was going to be late. Even if he was meeting us in Niagara, I just knew Scott was going to be late. But yeah, he went to Kiplingo instead of Lisgargo. Way off. For
And for
anyone who doesn't
those
know, that's about like a half-hour
Yeah,
difference.
half an hour drive. But the best part is before he even got there, so I got to the ghost station first, and I basically waited, and I looked like
Guess who
someone
was
who's gonna
second?
offer hand jobs because I was underneath the bus stop. And Maddie met up with me. I'm like, okay, like finally someone else is here. I'm not at the wrong spot because I was concerned I was at the wrong spot. Then we had this situation where it seemed like we were in a drug deal because Lee's brother Davey comes up with the Sprinter van and his dad who follows with the Jeep because the plan is that he leaves the Sprinter van there. We all change into our bachelor shirts. And then Lee comes back and gets surprised that we're all there with the Sprinter van ready to go. So he pulls up with the Sprinter van to a parking spot. We all go walk to the parking spot from the bus stop. He hands us some bags that we put into the bus, and he leaves by giving us the keys to the van. Dips.
We,
And the
like,
first thing we
threw
do,
our bags in the truck.
yeah, the first thing we do is we pull off our shirts and we start changing. I'm like, this looks so fucking weird from anyone from the outside looking in. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and then we didn't drink on the ride up there
No, no.
because that's not
wild.
allowed.
That's crazy.
But somehow, some people got really drunk.
On the drive.
Yeah.
On the drive there.
We
Some
stopped
people
at
got
McDonald's and people just
obliterated.
crushed drinks real quick. But anyways, we then get to the hotel, and the thing is, dinner was reservation at 5:30. I guess we were expecting to get there early because we were gonna hang out for a bit. But we got
Correct.
there like right at 5:15, and then
Yeah.
and then Lee, you can take up like the layout of the story part.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we go for dinner, more drinks, everyone's getting drunk. We get back to the hotel room. So, one of the rooms was a regular room, one of the rooms was a suite. So, the layout was when you walk in, immediately to your left hand side, there's a king size bed. You keep walking. It was a long room. You keep walking. Now you go into the restroom area. On your left hand side, there's the bathroom. Right hand side, there's a little bar. And then
the
straight ahead,
bathroom-
there's another.
The bathroom
Yes.
too, sorry, has a toilet. The toilet and a shower are in a separate room from the sink and the bathtub. That's one thing.
It's a
So
big-
like-
it's a
there's
big
two-
jacuzzi.
There's like two bathrooms, realistically.
Correct. There's a big jacuzzi, and then when you walk past the bathroom, there's the second room with another king size bed and a pull-out couch. But the partition between the bathroom and that second bedroom, there's this big. It was like an 8x4 glass window, but there was like a curtain in between the glass, so you couldn't like touch it or raise it or anything. So at best, you could see people's silhouettes if they're in there. So like we were all like, "Yo, there's got to be a way to open this thing." No fucking way. We're like, that's kind of lame, but like, what the fuck's the point of this? Like, maybe it's to be sexy with the silhouette, but we're like, fuck it, whatever. So that goes on, and we all get pretty
Well,
drunk.
okay, well, we should talk about dinner too. Went to Taco
Sure,
Tequila.
sure, yes.
Fantastic restaurant. One thing I will
Actually,
say
very
is
good.
the portions were like I didn't feel full. my meal was like $20
Yeah,
for
I don't think
for
anyone
3
felt
tacos.
full.
Scott definitely didn't because he only ordered 2 tequila shots. He didn't even get food. I remember when
No,
food came out.
he got
We
2
forced him.
side dishes. Yeah,
Forced him to get food.
he got a side of beans and a side of rice.
But
in
he
one
didn't
bowl.
initially because everyone was looking and we're like, "Yo, Scott has no food. He just has 2 tequila shots."
Yeah. And we were already
and
we were
he
already
was
concerned.
easily the most drunk, and like
So-
by a very large margin. Like,
Tell me how we get there. He's drunk. We all have the menu in front of us, and he looks at the waitress and he's like, doesn't even read the menu. He's like, "You got tamales?" She's like, "No." He's like, you got this?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "You got that?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Dude," and he's like, "I don't want any." It's like, what? Just read the menu and pick something on the menu. Like it's actually quite easy.
So even better to do with that is that since we stopped by McDonald's and he was already, in my opinion, he was probably an 8 out of 10 at that point already.
yeah, 100%.
And he was the only one again who didn't get food. Not the only one, but he was one of the people who didn't get food. And I was like, "Dude, you should probably get some food." He's like, "Nah, man, we gotta save it for the restaurant." So I was like, okay, then he's gonna ball out the restaurant and get some food. And that was even funnier, the fact that he didn't order food because he was like, like since they didn't have what I wanted. But it's so funny that he was trying to order off the menu of stuff that didn't exist. But Lee's brother-in-law got offered as sides beans and rice, and he straight up said, "I want fries." And then they brought him fries. And we're like, "What the fuck was that?"
He came with fries. I was like, "How did he get fries?" I was like, "That wasn't one of the options."
We were
And he's
all
like,
so
Guys made it
mad.
happen.
He's like, "I just asked," and I was like, "What the?"
Yo, the bake, the
rice.
the
was
beans,
bomb.
the
rice
bean.
was bomb.
No, fuck the rice. I didn't try the rice, but those beans were fucking sick. I don't know.
Anyways,
They were great.
Taco Tequila. Check
bad
it out
beans.
if you're ever in Niagara Falls.
Correct.
Carl brings up a part of the story that I want to bring up too. So she tells us her name is Valeria, and she
Already
tells
a
I guess
neat name.
Scott asks. He's like, "Hey, what's your name?" She's like, "Valeria." Whatever. She goes around, asks everyone, then comes back, I think, with some drinks, and he literally goes, "Hey, malaria." We're like, "That's not her fucking name."
That's a
Like,
disease.
he just called her malaria.
That's
And then we made a bet. We made a bet that we're like, "Scott, we bet that you won't remember her name." We should have put a wager on it. We didn't. We just said
should've.
like, "He's not gonna remember your name," and she like laughed or whatever. And then like later on, she comes back and we're like, "Scott, what's her name?" And he goes, "Mongolia." We're like, "Bro, that's even further than your first guess."
So this is first guess rhymed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, I felt so bad for a waitress. She was so sick of that side of the table.
No, that's like, yes, she was, but like I felt bad for her whenever she came over because I was like, I was trying to be super polite to her and like try and take away from Scott's drunken antics. But yeah, every time she went to our side of the table, she was like, "Fuck this! Like, I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here." She did not like
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah. So then, then he ended up having just the 2 shots. Like he didn't even get another drink after that, right?
I think he got horchata. He got horchata, which to me, when you're drinking milk when you're having
is
alcohol, is a
fucking gross.
terrible idea.
What is horchata? Is that like
It's a sweet milk.
Ew. That just
Okay.
sounds gross.
Great on its own. Like horchata's awesome, but I ain't trying to fucking drink it when I'm.
Yeah, Damien's right. Damien, the waitress, needs a sub. Yeah, she needs a.
Yeah.
We need to find her YouTube channel and give her.
No.
A
Yeah,
sub.
next time we have
say
a road
that.
trip, I'll bring Scott some subs so he doesn't fucking die on
Who
the way
said
there.
that? Damien joins in I don't know how long to bring up fucking subs. God damn it.
It was worth the
It's a sub
subscription.
like
Damn
a
it.
Just to say that
subscription.
comment.
I think a
God.
subscription. That's what I interpret that as. I don't know, like a sub, like a Subway sub. Is that what he
No,
means?
he
That's
means
what I
a
meant.
sub.
He
Yes.
means like
Oh,
a
he
Subway
does
sub.
have a
Sandwich.
Subway sub.
Like a
Oh.
submarine sandwich. Yes.
Yeah.
Does he have a thing for subs?
No,
Yes.
Lucas does. When we went ice fishing, Lucas wouldn't shut the fuck up about subs.
Oh,
So
classic.
Damien was there.
And then what? Yeah. So, by the way, just before we leave the restaurant, Lucas and we split this. They had
Shut
a New
up.
York. They had a cheesecake chimichanga.
The best thing I've ever had in my
Whoa.
life.
I literally
You want
caught my
half?
pants a little bit when I was eating it. It was so good. It was so
Tell-
good. I don't even like cheesecake that much, but it was fucking good.
It was good. The little bit that I tasted, it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. But when someone says, "This is the best thing I've ever had in my life," and immediately follows up with, "Do you want half?" It automatically takes away this is the
No,
best thing I've
no,
ever had in my life.
because
If it is the best thing,
It's
hey,
because
You know what?
it's
Then-
because you're the bachelor boy.
Yeah, and who knows when you'll get another chance to experience that? What if that restaurant shuts down next week and you never got to experience
Yeah,
it?
due to malaria.
I'd be so sad.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and then we go back to the hotel room, and this was the interesting thing was we had we were gonna go do something, but we ended up just drinking and chilling at the hotel. We were like telling stories or just joking around for legit like 3 hours. It was like a long time
because we also got pizza.
Yeah, it was a long time.
I think because everyone
waiting for the pizza to come in.
Everyone was noticeably hungry. I think Davey's like, "Yo, let's just get some za." Everyone
that was late. That was probably like 2 hours into after dinner.
Yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours after. Yeah.
But we were talking some crazy stories like blowing raspberries up buttholes. I don't even remember.
Jesus.
I don't even remember
giving hand jobs.
How did we get there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It was something about like the Alec Baldwin thing, shooting blanks, and we said that like if you gave someone a raspberry in their butthole, they shoot blanks. I don't know.
I don't know how we made those connections.
But it was like everyone was fucking crying. Like it was like the weirdest topic of conversation ever. Like that's a classic causing a ruckus conversation. Like how the fuck do you even get to that kind of topic?
Yeah, that was I wish we were recording. I wish we were recording them so that we could see that because
we should have.
That was wild.
It was very interesting, that topic. But yeah, I'll let you continue the story, Lee. Then where it's pizza. Let's say the pizza's just gotten here.
So, okay, yeah. So pizza just so again with that big ass jacuzzi, it was a nice jacuzzi. Scott is I suppose going to be my future brother-in-law. You'll see him in the chat from time to time. Scott was like, "Hey,
Scott Hall.
Yes, that's right, Scott Hall. Just before he leaves, he spills his drink all over himself. So like, he's wasted. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you didn't notice that?
Oh, I just
remember he
spilt it on Calvin's jacket.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah, it was all over his pants too. So he fucked out. He's playing like, yeah, this guy's fucking drunk. He's like, I'm disappointed that no one's taking advantage of this jacuzzi. We're like, fucking do it, man. Do your thing. Okay, cool. He goes in the bathroom. You hear the tap starting. The door's closed. And this thing's running for a while.
Yeah, like a long
time.
A long time. And we hear him for a little bit. We hear him like kind of talking to himself, and then it's like no more sound, just the tap running, and we're all like, okay, we gotta check in on him in case he drowned or something, because like he's fucking drunk. So I was the guy. So I knock on the door. I crack the door open a little bit. I'm like, yo, dude, you okay? And I could see the way the door opened. I'm looking at that glass partition between the bathtub and the room, and off the reflection of the glass, I could see him completely naked sitting on the toilet. So he's not even in the tub, but like it's almost full. Like it's gonna overflow pretty soon.
And the toilet is in a different room. Like there's a separate.
And the toilet's
you must have been like sitting in it, like looking.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, okay, all right. So he's alive and well. Perfect. That's fine. Go back out, and then hear the toilet flush. He comes out and he's like, "Yo, does anyone know how to turn the jets on?" And all of us are like, "No, we don't know how to turn the fucking jets on this thing." And you just hear him fumbling around there, and then everyone. I don't know. Everybody hears just this mechanism start, just like this, and we all look over immediately, and that partition in the glass starts raising. He found the switch, and we're all like, "Oh my god!" Like it's working, and it's slowly going up, and we could see the bathtub, and it gets higher, and then we could see Scott's knees, his bare thighs, Scott's nuts, and we're like, "This guy's naked," and you can see on his face he's panicking because he's like. You can see he kind of went through these stages of, hey, like I got it to work.
Well, assume
I got it to work.
Assume that your camera is your window. Can you reenact how he panicked? Do you want me to?
Go ahead. You probably have more room behind you.
I'll be Scott,
more room behind you.
But I'm not going to show you my nuts. But basically, your reaction when the partition's going would probably be to flip the switch to turn it back on,
and run into the other
and probably cover your nuts. This is what he does instead. So he goes, so he covers like one person's point of view on a 4x8 glass window, and then he falls like legit like this.
Yeah.
And like
he didn't fall. He like crouched down slowly, but he definitely bent over like that.
And then he got up to basically show us everything else that we missed. And
I saw the dark abyss. And
then he got up to grab the towel. And then, but like at this point, literally every single person that was in the room saw this whole thing went down. Everyone's fucking hysterically laughing, and then he grabbed a towel, because then I think he grabbed a towel to close it, so he could stand up and close it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And then, without putting the towel on around Lucas, can you demonstrate? Instead of putting the towel on around his waist,
Can you show us how he held that
in,
towel?
Yeah, can you show us how he was holding the towel when he walked into the room where all of us were? So we're all sitting around looking at the doorway.
So this is the towel, and he goes.
Step back and show us. Step back.
Yeah, and
That's
face,
it.
like, yeah, he was literally standing like that in the doorway, and the problem was he was like trying to face like an angle that looked at everyone, so he was kind of like diagonal, but there were people sitting like right beside him, so when they looked, literally like dick nuts like right in their face. Like,
but the thing,
oh my god,
he got the curtain. That was the end of it. But he decided to step out of the bathroom, still naked, with his towel over his junk. He's like, guys, I can explain. We're like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing
like
in that bathroom?
What was priceless was like Alec like looked over, saw us, and he's like, oh man. And he's just like, holy fuck. You couldn't write that. Like, that was a scene that, like, in a clown movie that you couldn't have written. Like, it was, like, so fucking funny.
So the best part of that was pretty fucking great. But the second best part, I suppose, is he ends up getting into the tub, which is probably a horrible idea when you're really freaking intoxicated to get into a hot bath.
Hot. It was hot.
Yeah, a hot bath sounds like a terrible idea. Anyways, he's in there. He's in there for a long time. We're like, yo, this guy's like toast, but we want to go out now. So I was like, I'm going to go check in on him and let him know that we're leaving. Make sure he's okay and let him know that we're leaving. So I opened the door again, and he's in the bathtub, but he drained the bathtub. So the bathtub is completely empty. He's sitting in a dry bathtub, completely naked, curled up in a ball, just trying to survive. And I was like, yo, this guy
we
is
missed
so
the part
fun.
too. Lucas brought him a slice of pizza, didn't you, Lucas?
Oh, that's right.
So I go in to check on it.
At this point. The tub is still full at this point.
So I went in because pizza arrived after he showed us his nuts.
Yes.
And luckily no one had a nut allergy, so we're all safe. And so I bring the slice to him in the bathroom. I literally open the door. He would be on my right hand side. I literally like, here you go, man. We brought out some pizza. He's like, thank you so much, man. He takes it from my hand. I go pee, wash my hands, don't look at him. I like turn. Every time I have to turn, I make sure that I avoid looking at him. Apparently what happened in between us leaving and that, though, is that he dropped the slice into the tub, and then he continued to try to eat the slice that was filled with his filthy, soapy water.
Yo,
this
that's
amazing.
The concept of wet pizza.
Horrible. What the hell is that?
Definitely the most memorable part of the weekend for sure. Like, that's.
Are you kidding? Absolutely. Involuntarily memorable. Like, it's scarred into my mind. Scott's
the guy
nuts.
we knew the least, we now actually know the most.
The best, yeah. And the funny part too is, so the next day we all, well, as many of us that could, we went for breakfast, Scott being one of them. And at the end, again, this is the first time Scott met a bunch of these people. At the end, we're all saying goodbye, and he's trying to shake everybody's hands like some formal, like, I just met you thing. We're like, bro, we all saw you buck ass naked, like taint and all. Bring it in, bro. Bring it in. Like, we saw every inch of you.
And what's funny too, like, he didn't remember some of the things, like how that played out. He thought he's like, no, I like laid down right. We were like, nah, bro. It was like a 10-second ordeal.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. It lasted real
we saw
long.
because the one part too is he like made actions like he was gonna go jump in the tub, but then he like made it halfway there and like stopped and like moved back and didn't know what to do.
The funny thing too is like
went in. He should have just went in.
He should have went in, go back to the toilet. Like, he had so many options. But
and
the funny thing too is
on the floor.
And some of us who were standing or like sitting on the table could still see him. I could still see him laying on the ground. I was like, bro, this.
Yeah, since I was sitting on the bed and he was laying down, I'm like, oh, it's just worse. Everything's so much worse.
The crazy part about that, though. Sorry, go on.
So I think one of the funniest things is that when he came out with the towel covering just his balls, he still thought he was very subtle about it. He's like, no. I'm like, bro, why would you not wrap the towel around your waist?
It was almost like he was letting it hang off his dick.
Basically. Basically, he's using it as like a robe hook. It was basically a robe hook.
That's what it was.
And the funny part is that big glass window is facing the window of the room. And we were on the 14th floor facing the casino. and our curtains were wide open too. So anyone who was at like a similar level than us, as us, and felt the need to look out the windows, they all saw it too. Like he gave Niagara Falls a show.
Yeah. So if you ever go to a bachelor party, bring Scott. He'll free stripper basically,
Free stripper.
involuntarily, but still good memory for sure.
Don't gotta spend your money.
Good vibes as long as you're not happy.
Yeah, Carl brings a great point. Shout out to Caleb for being the
Yeah,
hero that night
shout out
because
to help,
Scott
took
was a
care of
mess
him.
and he took care of him
And then still came down and joined us
Big
for the
ups.
live music near the end.
and still came out.
Still came out.
So came out
Really.
as Lee. Lee will take it from
Thanks,
here.
Lee.
Yeah, Caleb still came out and killed it. Maddie, since we kind of skipped this part, what are you drinking?
Doing Founders again. I got I bought a 2-4 a couple weeks ago, so I'm just crushing that.
You took like the whole float from like the shelf?
Yeah, I did.
Actually?
Wasn't
Yo,
bad.
so-
It was like $70, but I'm now like,
I'm not judging you.
this is my you're fucking judging me. This is my like I have the only time I really drink them is on the podcast. I brought 6 of them up for the bachelor party. Oh, you're back. That was a weird transition. The way
Very
you were
weird.
frozen and went normal, it looked like you were legit just standing still that whole time or sitting still.
Oh,
So
sick.
we're talking about what we're drinking while you were coming back. So because
cool.
Temple asked me, I found these Smirnoff cool.
Yeah,
What
thank
a-
you.
why is there-
I saw everyone tilt their head. Found these Smirnoff coolers that are 0 grams of carbs, 90 calories each, 0 grams of sugar, and they are not bad. In fact, they're probably one of the better ones, like better than Socialite. Comes with 3 flavors.
What about nudes? Are they better than nudes?
Scott's nudes.
So yeah, these are actually pretty bomb. I do recommend you try them. If you're someone like me who's a pussy and doesn't drink beer, these are a good alternative. So,
Nice.
What about you, Lee?
Lee, what are you drinking?
Still drinking this Maker's Mark bourbon. Some bourbon on the
I swear
rocks.
it's whiskey. I swear Maker's Mark's whiskey.
I think it's bourbon whiskey, so it's the same.
Is there a difference? Yeah, we should do
Bourbon
another
is
shot.
whiskey
We should-
just
we should-
aged differently, and I
we
don't
should
know
get
what
lit.
the difference.
We should get
is.
lit on this pod. Let's do
Getting
another shot.
cooked.
Yeah, let's do another shot.
Yo, if you're trying to get cooked on this pod, we have like 40 minutes left. Let's turn it up.
We can do like another shot or two. All you at home, you better
Or
take a
4.
shot because
6.
especially Damien. Damien, you take 2.
I'm sorry for asking.
You're a
this.
growing boy. You need it,
Did we do joke of the week?
No,
bro.
it's
like
not mine though.
9:50.
I went the week.
I think
went
it's me.
last week.
It's
Yeah,
me.
it was you.
It's not me.
I'll do
I
it
thought it
too.
was me.
No, you guys have flip flop between you for like 6 episodes, and I said nothing about it.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
You did one recently.
No.
Yeah, were you drinking? Did we shoot?
I just did my shot. I'll do a second one. If we're trying to get destroyed.
I'll pour up some more.
What's your joke?
I mean, I don't know if my sister know a whole lot of geography, but Alaska.
Holy God, that was almost as bad as the girls taking over.
Don't you dare
I think,
ever.
that's, I think that's pretty good. It's very subtle. Like I
Don't
wasn't
you
even
ever.
listening to your jokes, so you kind of went too fast. So I was still taking my shot.
Okay, well, I don't know why you taking a shot makes your ears not work.
It's the same thing. It's like when you're trying to look for a house number, you turn
Yeah,
down the
you're trying-
volume. That's not
Well,
doesn't affect your
need to
vision.
you need
That's
to
fair, that's
focus. You need to focus your brain power that much on just taking a shot.
Yeah, you gotta reduce your senses. Yeah, obviously.
This guy sucks. Don't ever diss me like that again, Matt, because
No, that was a bad one.
that's a low.
There
That's
are
a
some-
real low.
There are some other better quality jokes that are out there for sure.
Yo, I got 2 things that I was thinking
That's
about
fair. I can't argue that.
that have been bugging me as of recent, and it came up because we're talking. So everyone knows this is not a joke. These are not jokes. This is not me trying to joke of the week here. Slide one in. I wish. So gas prices are up, and I think this is a very well-known fact by now.
This is a joke.
Something that's super annoying to me. No, it's not. Is that why the fuck every time I go to make a purchase, they'll ask me debit or credit. I'll say Visa, and they'll still click the option that says debit/credit. Why are you asking me? If you
why
press
are
the
they
same
even
button.
asking you? Yeah,
That's true.
That's weird. I do know that credit. Most places to process credit, you get charged by like Visa or whoever.
I thought it was debit. You get charged.
No, Visa. It's actually both. It might be both, but Visa. Some places though, like Pizza doesn't give a shit because of how many Visa transactions, but smaller places prefer neither realistically.
So here's my other point to it, because that's point one. Because this happened, both of these options basically happened in one me trying to do one transaction. So I was pumping out of gas, go inside because I want to prepay, debit or credit. Okay, how much do you want to do? I'm like, I want to do $50 on tank number 4. Then they'll ask me what flavor of gas I'm using, right? The octanes or whatever flavor. I call them flavors, whatever.
Okay.
And I'll tell them what flavor, but it doesn't fucking
flavor.
It doesn't
fucking say flavor.
Okay, so I'll do regular gas, but it doesn't matter because I have to go select it anyway. Whether I put $50 on regular, premium, super premium, super clean, multi-purpose cleaner, the brisk, like it doesn't matter what I choose. I still have to go select the option, and either way, I'm still getting $50 worth of whichever one I choose.
We need to talk about something here very importantly. Why the fuck are you going into prepay gas? Just prepay at the pump. That is like the weirdest.
That's the first thing I thought. We said he went in.
Who the fuck goes into the gas station?
This guy's in 2006.
Typically, because I don't.
What's happening?
I don't only get gas.
Still whack. Still fucking whack. Just prepay at the pump and go get your shit.
Bro, I don't know if you guys are with PC, but I only go to SO. I fucking do that fucking QR code thing, so I don't even have to do anything. I just paid. It's gonna get bonus points, but yeah, the fact going in, I'm like, I'll never go in.
But it's just such a stupid situation. Like even so, let's say you prepay at the tank. You prepay at the tank. You just put in the set amount, and then you choose your flavor and you go. But when I go inside, they'll always make me choose my flavor. If I say like, don't worry about it, just give me $50. They'll be like, well, do you want the fruit punch, the cool blue? Like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll ask me which flavor I want.
Yo,
are you using cash? Are you using? No, he's not using cash, Carl, because he said.
Debit. Yeah,
I'll always hold up my card to first initiate the fact it's gonna be Visa. Then they can verify with debit or credit.
How do they know? What if they're looking at? They're like, how the? I've never seen that card.
Oh wow, that must be some sick ass cash he has. There's some plastic cash.
Next time you should say, yo, it's a Visa debit.
Boom. Right. Yo,
they're like, we don't have a button for that. We don't have a button for that, sir.
Here's the thing, though, Lucas. Just to go off of what you were saying in the beginning, because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, gas prices are crazy right now. But on the flip side, like the silver lining is like, yeah, sure, gas prices seem high, but like, have you seen chimneys? They're through the roof.
The roof. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Don't you
dare. The same vintage as you,
Don't you dare. Don't you dare try that.
Wow.
How dare you?
Wow.
How dare you?
I want to circle back to something earlier. So when I made the joke, not a joke, sorry, this wasn't a joke. When I said like that was as bad as the girls, both Minnie Mac and Emma were both like, "Excuse me, like what?" It's like, guys, did you watch the clips?
Exactly. I was gonna say.
Did you guys not see what you guys said?
Oh, no, not just that, Matt. But that just means they didn't watch last week's episode when we called them out for it.
Oh, fake fans.
So this isn't news. We talked about it last week. Y'all watch it or what's going on?
You making the comment about Shrek's theme song was funnier than any of the jokes. Actually, all three of them combined. If you take the comedy behind
that
Shrek's theme song. And she denied it so hard when we called her up for it after. She's like, no, I didn't. We're like,
that's a pretty good impression.
Yeah, I got it nailed down.
So, even funnier. It's a good thing that Nikki's not here to defend herself because she completely butchered her own joke by saying the joke wrong. But she went with it as if she said it right, and she's like, "Just give it to me. I'm a mom. I deserve a mom."
I immediately started begging.
Oh God, that was so funny.
You guys don't call flavors of gas, huh?
No,
stop
whack,
saying
dude.
that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Do you guys call the Gatorade flavors by their official flavor or by their color?
Just a color. What the hell?
Yeah.
cares about
Now
the
there's
flavor?
so many colors. It's like, what about like the what is it, like Arctic Glacier, which is like the
you just called it by its flavor.
The light blue.
It's
like a
blue.
greenish blue.
Yeah, it's light blue. There's regular blue
it's like
and
a
light
teal.
blue.
It's a teal. It's
Yeah,
a
it's like a
turquoise.
teal.
No, it's turquoise.
It's turquoise. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no. Anyone who calls it by their name, that's a red flag. If they call it by their name,
That's psychotic.
they're gonna kill you.
That's
no,
yeah.
that's
That's actually psycho.
It just seems
I'm
like you don't have the intelligence to comprehend the names and remembering what the names are.
Do you call the blue Gatorade cool blue? Yo, give me the cool blue one.
First of all, why are you asking? Why don't you just go to the fridge to grab it? Who are you asking for?
Yeah, if I'm like, yo, can
No,
you
I'll
get me a
tell-
Gatorade? Give me the cool blue or the
Oh.
fruit punch one.
No,
You're gonna
because here's
ask?
the thing: if
Still
you say a
whack,
blue
still
one,
whack.
there's like the G2 blue or the regular blue. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah, but then but then if I ask you for the blue one and you have both, you'll be like, yo, you want the G0 or the G2 blue one? And I'll be like, yo, G2 blue.
No, but there's
Yeah.
there's
Agreed.
G0, there's G0,
Then
there's
give me
G2, and then
So
there's blue.
do you have all those fucking flavors in your fridge? There's no way you have all those.
Yo,
flavors.
you go to the Costco and you get the big ass
No,
pack.
I think you're talking about when I go to like I'm going to Max for you and be like, yo, can you grab me these flavors?
Max.
Like glacier cherry, that white one. That's
That-
what
yo,
it's at.
I'll usually just be like, surprise me, because I'm happy with any of the flavors. To be honest with you, there's not a bad flavor.
Carl sucks. Fruit punch G2. Ugh.
G2 sucks.
Yeah,
no,
it's about
no,
G0.
Grape
G0.
G2 is dope.
You
That's
like
the only one I
Tylenol?
fuck with.
You like liquid Tylenol?
Hell yeah. That's the only reason I drink it.
It tastes like liquid Tylenol.
I emailed,
I still like
emailed
it. I still
Gatorade
like
and Tylenol. I was like, I'm so glad you turned my favorite medicine into a liquid form that I could drink without repercussions.
Yo, legit though, grape juice is like fucking hype.
Grape juice? Yeah.
Grape
Minute
juice
Maid?
is
Minute Maid in the can?
yeah, baby. Welch's grape
No,
juice.
I've never had Welch's.
Welch's,
That's
yeah.
like no, Welch's is
yo,
like too
even-
real.
Even though
You have
the
to.
white grape.
No, Welch's grape juice.
I'm
Guy,
gonna bring it. I'm gonna
Biggie
bring it to
doesn't rap
Mexico.
about it for nothing.
I'm gonna bring it to Mexico.
Biggie doesn't rap about Welch's grape juice for nothing.
Do you think they have that in Mexico, or do I have to bring my own cans? And then I'll just like
Definitely
ask for
bring
like
your own cans.
pitchers of water. And him
Yeah,
just
they'll do
put
that.
Fucking.
They'll do it.
The
Fucking, you're not even getting alcohol. You're just getting Welch's grape juice.
Yeah, hell no.
I'm down. I'm down.
Do they have like a sugar-free option? I'll break out
I
like
don't know.
crazy if I have that much sugar.
Maybe.
They probably do. Honestly, I don't really. I try to avoid fruit that has like full sugar, unless it's like pure fruit juice with no concentrate. Then I'll justify it, because at least it's like
Still,
what
Well,
I mean, you're getting some vitamins with it.
I
wanna call
disagree.
out Mini Max take. Oh, Emma made the same take after, but
No, she said white
Yeah.
grape juice.
yeah, wine is the best grape juice. Hell yeah, that's true.
I disagree.
White grape juice though, like white grape juice, like white wine, or
Well,
like,
Welch's has a
like the
white
yellow-
grape juice.
white
in it.
grape
It's-
juice.
It's
like
decent.
using
It's good.
green grapes.
Yeah, like white
Nah,
grape
I'm a
juice.
red grapes fan. I think red grapes are much.
I think
better.
that
No, white
they're
grape
both
juice.
good.
White grape juice is hype though.
They're both good.
They're
Do
both
they-
great.
Is white's just probably a little more sour tasting?
Sweeter.
No, it's actually
Sweeter.
yeah.
That's very interesting.
We're gonna have to do an episode where we when we get our little studio together, we're all together. We'll do some wine testing, and one of the wines will be Welch's
And Taco
grape
Bell
juice.
with Taco Bell, perfect pairing.
Fuck
Yeah,
off!
yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
hell
no,
yeah.
no.
I had
Not
Taco
my
Bell
house.
like last week, dude.
Gross.
Last Saturday we watched Batman Begins and had Taco Bell.
Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yo,
Respect.
did you guys deleted scene with the Joker from the Batman? The new
Dude,
one.
what?
I haven't watched the
Is it-
full.
There's a deleted scene with the Joker from the Batman, like with
No,
Robert
guys,
Pattinson.
spoilers for those who haven't had the fortune of
It's a
watching.
deleted scene. It's not even in the
deleted
movie.
scene. Yeah.
Well,
it just says
have you guys seen the movie yet or no?
No.
Okay, because it's not like there may be a deleted scene.
Wow,
but there's-
spoiler. Wow, spoiler.
Yeah, well,
Guy
the word
fucking
is-
This guy's
ruined the movie
spoiling
for
it.
me.
No,
Matt
This
you
guy's
just ruined the
fucking
movie for me.
spoiling it.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no.
god.
Which flavor?
All
Which
I did
flavor?
was-
Yeah,
There's-
which flavor of Batman did you like the most?
There's shut the fuck up. There are guiding factors that the Joker is in the next one. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, well, the deleted scene, he was in it. So,
Who is it?
I don't know the actor's name, but he
Jeff
plays
Boyardee or something?
he plays Druig in the Eternals.
Oh God.
The guy, Lee brought up a good point. The guy who always looks like he's suffering from allergies.
He does.
I,
He does.
I
look
don't
like
even
he
know
does.
who that is. What's his name? Druig?
Druig from the Eternals. I don't know.
Share
the actor's
screen
name.
so viewers know what you're talking about.
Like Druig or like D?
Yep. Nope. You're right. Yep.
Oh, was he from You? Oh, he was. From
I don't know.
You.
I don't watch you.
No, I think he was.
He does always look like he has some bad allergies though. Like extra strength Allegra, not helping.
Yeah.
Reactin, not helping. Claritin, sometimes if you catch it early on in the season.
Yo, it's all about getting allergy shots.
This guy didn't share a screen to show the viewers. Wow.
Yeah, you sure?
No, I'm looking up on my other computer. Not a big deal.
Wow. Well, anyone who
Okay, so
dares to
I
look-
guess if I'll make this a clip. I'll just put a photo of him here. Insert right here.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's a
perfect.
little note for the future.
Oh, never mind. No, I don't think it's the same actor, is it? No, it's not.
You guys wasting my time.
Wow, this guy's full of lies.
Primal Fear, gentlemen. Primal Fear, a must movie. Watch it.
Okay,
No, we're watching The Gentleman right now. We're halfway through.
that's a good ass movie. Did you watch
Yo,
that?
Carl just
Hugh-
ruined it. Carl, don't. People haven't seen it yet. But
Hugh Grant?
I think it's the other one because he makes a joke. But anyways.
For
Go
The
on.
Gentleman, Hugh Grant is like a very innocent British actor from what I've seen him in the past, like Love Actually, all that good stuff. In
Kills
The
it.
Gentleman, he's complete opposite and he destroys it. I would give him. I'm surprised he didn't win an Oscar for that movie. Like it was amazing.
Okay, it was not Oscar worthy, but it was.
I would say so.
No, that's not
For
an
his
Oscar-worthy
acting?
I gotta watch that one.
To play a
You
character
haven't
that
seen it?
The gentleman, no.
Yeah. Well,
Watch
you
it.
don't know. You don't know Hugh Grant. What if he's actually just like that in real life? In all of his other movies
Oh,
with him.
he's not. He's
I
not.
was talking about this. Isn't it fascinating? People like Hugh Grant, Tom Holland, how like until you hear them in interviews, I would have just thought they were American, and then I hear them like,
Yes.
what the fuck? How do you like?
Hugh?
There are so many people like that.
No,
Like,
Hugh
yeah,
Grant.
like
I assumed
Bennett-
he was British because
Okay,
he's always
yeah.
he's always has a British accent in his movies.
He doesn't. Not
For
as
the most part.
Wolverine. Wolverine's not.
Hugh
British.
Jackman, you jackass. We're talking about
Oh.
Hugh Grant.
Who's Hugh Grant? Oh, I thought you said Hugh Jackman for some reason. I don't even know who Hugh Grant is. I only know
Love
one. I
Actually.
only know
fucking
one.
right.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
right.
That's why I thought you were talking about Hugh
Fucking
Jackman. I was like,
right.
I didn't know he was in The Gentleman.
I can't imagine
No.
Hugh Grant as Wolverine.
Wait, who is Hugh Grant? I don't even know who that is.
In Love Actually, like a bunch
Yeah,
of
he does a bunch of
rom-coms.
rom-coms and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that movie is.
Okay, yeah, sorry, real quick, I need to call out Emma. Emma says, Lee saw the guy in one movie and he always looks like he has allergies. Yeah, it's because I looked at pictures of him. I seen him in pictures of other things. So I was
He
showing him to
does.
Lucas. I was showing him to Lucas today, and I was like, yeah, look, this guy looks like he has allergies. So take a hike. I threw something at my camera.
Carl's calling out if John Travolta can get nominated for Pulp Fiction, anyone can get an Oscar.
Okay,
His acting in Pulp Fiction
That's
was
fair.
phenomenal. Did Samuel L. Jackson
Nope.
get one for Pulp Fiction too, or no?
Does Samuel L. Jackson act?
I don't. No, he's like. I think he just plays who
Plays
he is.
himself.
I think there's like 2 movies where he's acted in. Django Unchained and
The other one.
The Incredibles.
No.
Oh
I think
yeah, he played
I,
Iceman. Right?
I think he
Iceman?
also acted in
Oh,
in
Frozone.
the
Frozone. Sorry.
the Kingsman.
Yo, yes, yeah. I forgot.
He was a fucking sick character. I was like rooting for him. I was like, yeah, I fuck with this dude.
Throwback to when Lucas didn't even know he was in the movie, but he's the main villain. The fuck?
Right.
Yeah, how long do you think it would take to how long do you think it would take to master the list
lisp?
that he had? Yeah, like
Oof.
that's fucking tough.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, yo, cheers to all the actors who do these wicked accents. Like,
Yeah,
I
even
can
them,
never.
even the American one is like a
Yeah.
hard. It's not like when you hear them speak how normally it sounds like they're an American citizen. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. There was I don't know the actress or anything. I just saw a little clip on Instagram, and she was on Jimmy Fallon's show, and she was talking to him about like accents, and she was just like casually like flipping on these different accents from the States, and it's just like these little subtle things that, and she's just fucking nailing it. I'm like, yo, that's impressive. Like these little details that, yeah, I'm impressed.
Emma doesn't want to take a hike in the dark. I guess because you told her to take a hike.
It's funny how Carl was going to say Black Snake Moan, but he said Black Sankey Moan.
Sankey.
Black Sankey Moan. That's the knockoff. That's the Chinese knockoff of that movie.
Unbreakable. I don't think I've seen that one. Is that a good one?
Yeah, have you seen excuse me, Split and Glass?
I haven't seen Glass. I've seen Split.
So
I didn't even know it was a whole series. Really,
it's a trilogy.
until-
It's a trilogy.
Yeah, it's a trilogy until.
Unbreakable is the first one.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know it's a trilogy until Glass.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yo,
that's not true. At
did-
the end of Split, you know it's a trilogy.
Yo, did
Well,
Brad Pitt get an Oscar for Fight Club?
Did he? That was a great movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
The animation at the very end,
I'm
when
kind
the
of
buildings are
banking.
falling, is terrible.
I'm banking on
Yeah.
Carl and Kempo to let us know if that's the truth, because they're probably the only ones who are old enough to remember if they did.
That's a sick movie though. That's a sick movie.
Yeah. Yo.
Also, shout out to Meatloaf being in it. Hey,
the plot twist is like fire.
fucking sick.
Yeah,
you don't
so
see that
good.
coming. You
No.
do not see that coming.
Okay, Kempo wants to know best band from the '90s. Yo, Blink 182.
Yo, that's a hot take. That's no.
Blink 182's fire, bro. Rage Against the Machine
That-
2. They're
But
good.
he
just
says
different,
2000.
different.
He says 2000s. I'm gonna say Linkin Park.
That's
Yes.
2000. I think that's 2000s more than it is.
But
90s.
he
he
says
said.
he
That's what
says
he
also 2000s. He says not that it
Oh,
matters,
oh.
but 2000s.
Linkin
Oh.
Park is pretty fucking hype. I was gonna say Sum 41 to challenge you a little bit. But
Oh, bro, that's toxic.
Sum 41 was good. No, but I agree with you. Blink 182. Blink 182 is sick. Linkin Park though, you gotta give it to Linkin Park.
Yeah.
There
Kempo
was
said
you.
no. He said we're done. Yo, Kemp, and then Linkin Park with Jay-Z, biggest like rock rap collab since Aerosmith and Run DMC.
That was the last time we knew peace.
It's true. It's true.
That was the last time we knew peace.
That was when they tried to destroy racism with that one song.
They did, and they did for a while. Oh man, Linkin
All right,
Park.
let's do another shot. Let's
Yeah.
do a shot for Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. Chester
And
Bennington
Chester. Yeah, Chester.
committed suicide. Yeah, so sad.
Yo, but also Mike Shinoda also did a rap group after called Fort Minor. Also a very good rap group. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. So any other?
Tempo's like really challenging.
Um,
41.
like there's like the other bands that aren't as popular, like Breaking Benjamin and stuff like that, like Seether, Slipknot.
What about Alexis on Fire?
Alexis on Fire's all right. I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
Is Fall Out Boy 2 or is Fall Out Boy
Yo,
2000?
I fucked with Korn. I don't know if you guys listen to
No,
Korn.
no, I didn't fuck with Korn.
Slap, like the bass was a slap bassist, so like literally like when he played it was like legit slapping the bass, and it was actually fucking sick. Slapping the bass.
Yo, what about D12? Because I know a lot of people didn't know the name of Eminem's band.
Bitch, are you that
Yo,
line
Lee,
kills me every time.
Lee is stunned. Oh, there he is. Lee,
Lucas.
Kembo literally said, "Lee, get a haircut." Highest
I'm
sales in the
saving
90s,
for
probably
before
the
the
Spice
wedding.
Girls.
Yo, Spice Girls was big.
Yeah,
Backstreet Boys
yeah. What
was
about S Club 7?
big. Ooh, fucking fire!
They only have one good
I don't know if I
song.
ever told you guys. I don't know if I ever told you guys a story, but like when we were growing up, my sister had these like I guess
Dildos.
photos of these photos of the Spice Girls. It was like collection things that I don't know how she got them, but they like look like real like photos, and it was like from photo shoots and stuff. And she kept them forever. And then my cousins, who were much younger than us, were growing up. Like I guess we were going through photos and stuff, and she stumbled upon them. And she asked my sister, she's like, "Who are these? Like, are these your friends?" My sister's like, these are the fucking Spice Girls. Like, I fucking wish. But it was just like one of those moments where like the next generation doesn't know dick about what you grew up with. Are these your friends?
The
Fucking
craziest thing.
Spice Girls.
The craziest thing is like when people don't know like cartoons that we watched. Like there are cartoons that I'll talk about. Jake's like, "Hey Arnold, what is that?" I was like, "Bro, you're so fucking young, little bitch."
You think Madagascar is good? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Right?
but
That's what he
then,
picked.
but then yeah, Madagascar over Shrek.
What was-
Whack take.
There's even
Whack
the
take.
thought of like when we sometimes talk about stories that happened to us, and we're like, dude, that was like 8 years ago. Like we were talking about Home Depot the other day, and that was 2013.
Yo,
Yeah, it was almost 10 years ago.
the
Jeez.
first house party we had in Georgetown at my house was 6 years ago. Like that feels like like a new life. Like I feel like so much has happened in 6 years that it's like a completely different cycle of lives. Like it's crazy to think. Yeah, like it's actually funny enough. I was talking to my mom about that because we were sadly talking about like my grandma had passed 12 years ago, but it's like it's so long ago that it feels like it was a different life that I knew her.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the same person or life that I'm living now. And then we were like, even 6 years, like that's not even that long. My mom was like, even like 3 years, like she's like, look at how
Pandemic.
much changes
Or
in 3 years. Yeah,
pre-pandemic.
like that's it's crazy to think about that. And it's crazy, man. Okay, hold on. Kempo called out
Animaniacs?
Animaniacs. Yo, that
Hype.
is fire.
Yo, one of the and I'll be fair. I'll be honest. Anyways, like it only refreshed my memory because I saw it in a meme. But like the jokes in there were like
Fire.
top
Yeah,
notch.
yeah.
Top
Yo, that
notch.
meme too, where they talk about all the countries, that or like where they like make it into like a song. Yo, that shit is
okay.
We'll have to find the clip of that. 'cause
Like
that
the France can kiss my underpants and shit like that. Like I forgot what it is, but
No, I swear it's like a. I'll find it and we'll post it. We'll post
I
it.
never watched Animaniacs.
Animaniacs was good.
Oh man, yo, Pinky and the Brain too.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
I don't remember the characters' names, but there's this one like you'll see a meme of it because like, the joke was so fucking fire. But they're like being detectives and like the main guy, again I forget the names. He's like, oh look for prints because like they're looking for
and I
fingerprints.
find
it's
Prince.
And then
And
the
it's
girl
Prince.
finds prints. Yeah. And she's like, look, I found him. He's like, no, fingerprints. And she's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
very, very, very.
That
clever.
is hilarious.
What channel was that? Cartoon Network?
Yeah, I think so.
'Cause I watched Cartoon Network, but I never watched like I watched Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack,
Oh, also,
Yeah,
fucking
fire.
at like and then like YTV occasionally when I went to my grandparents.
Yo, Samurai Jack had no business going that hard.
It was a
Yeah,
sick show.
Samurai Jack was pretty.
It
sick.
was great.
From what I remember, to be honest, I couldn't tell you the plot of. I just remember he was like fighting this like one dragon.
Oh shit! I forgot I'm streaming. I was gonna put on. It's called Nations of the World. That's from the Animaniacs. That's what it's
the
called.
song.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But it's like rapping bars. It's crazy.
Yeah, sick.
Samurai Jack was a show that I actually didn't watch a whole lot of.
Did you guys ever watch Ultimate Muscle?
No.
I have no idea what.
Oh, Ultimate Muscle was sick. It got canceled, but it was.
I was actually into wrestling for quite a bit. WWE
Like WWE and
Mondays.
stuff?
Yeah.
I used to
Raw,
watch it, yeah.
Monday Raw, SmackDown on Thursdays.
I
Yeah.
never watched wrestling either.
Oh man, it's crazy reminiscing on the past.
Yeah, it's weird. I was thinking about it too, and like there are these like obviously these periods and these eras within our lives, like middle school, high school, with this group of friends, the Depot days, the Georgetown days, like all these times, like I almost feel like they didn't happen until I think about them, and I'm like, that happened.
No,
like
it's like a new life. It
is
literally
absolutely a new
is
life.
Like, yeah, it's
Like,
weird
I
to
was
think. Like,
there
it's
for
that
that?
you? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like
And
I'm
here's
not
the thing,
that guy
here's the
anymore.
thing,
Or
if
am
you
I? I don't know.
If you don't know videos, if you don't have videos from that time, like how can you actually prove that happened to you?
It's crazy, and the weird thing about it too is like sometimes when I wake up from a
Wake
wicked
me
dream,
up. Wake me up. It's
another big song. They had another
Evanescence?
song. They had
yeah,
another song. What
My
was it?
Immortal. Insane.
Yes,
Bro, one of my favorite karaoke
Good, yeah,
songs.
good,
I'm gonna
but-
sing it at your wedding.
please do. No, what I was gonna say though is like there are sometimes when I'll wake up from a wicked dream and I will have a better memory of my dream, even to this day, or at least the memory of my dream will be just as clear as some stuff that happened in real life. And
How
I'm
do you
like,
differentiate them?
I don't know what the fuck is real anymore.
Well, man.
It's crazy.
I wanna call out that Kempo actually said I think the first like 7 or 8 countries in the song and said he had it memorized. I'd love to see you, Kempo, send us a video of you singing the song and then we'll play it side by side with the actual song to
Yes.
see how close you are. Do that for us. And we'll like give you a shout out or something.
Sick. One
And
shout
Emma-
out from us. You're set for life.
Yeah, basically. Emma used to also know someone that looked like Johnny Bravo. I'm sure he hated me for always bringing it up.
That's
I
sick.
mean-
Good for him.
I mean, Johnny Bravo's pretty cool. Did he wear the same thing too? Like, did he wear like the black V-neck
tee.
Yeah,
Jeez.
black shirt, glasses.
and the
There was like one episode
jeans?
where he got mushed up with the Scooby Doo and him and Velma. switched-
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yo, those crossovers were always so fucking sick.
Isn't it
Have you
also cool to think about like so Scooby Doo's plot was always about teaching children that the bad people in your life are always the people you least expect. In fact, there's sometimes people who are always close to you.
Dark.
And like that was the whole moral of their
Or
story. And I was like,
that you least expect type thing.
I was like,
like
damn, okay. As a
Dark.
kid, you're just like these people are pieces of shit. But,
Yo,
yeah.
what was your favorite crossover?
Jimmy Neutron and
That was a good one. Fairly Odd Parents.
yeah.
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
Holy shit! I don't even remember that one.
Yo, mine was Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles.
I don't even remember
What?
that one.
That sounds
Yeah.
sick.
It was
that
fucking sick.
That also sounds stupid though. Like,
Yo, my favorite one was The Matrix and John Wick.
yo,
And
as
the
of recent,
newest one, and the
yo,
newest
as of
one.
recently, you bring that up. The new Twilight Batman spinoff, fucking
Sick.
so cool. Yeah, very
Sick.
cool.
Yo, did you also see the Ninja Turtles Batman crossover? It wasn't a show; it was a comic book, but there was that.
How the fuck does that like?
Fucking sick. So fucking sick. That's such a sick
Yo, what about
crossover.
Spider-Man and Daredevil's crossover?
Yo, stop.
Oh, you know what though?
Yo, the Daredevil show was fire.
This is
I
technically a
agree.
crossover, but,
But like,
did you
it's
ever,
just two different levels. Go on.
you ever see the Wolverine Batman mix? So
Yes, Dark
it's,
Claw?
it's one Dark Claw. That thing was fucking. I do like when DC and Marvel crosses over, but fuses their characters, not just crosses over, but straight up just like.
Yeah, they did that
combines
for a
to
bunch
super-
of them because they did. It was Captain America and Superman, I believe. They did. I forget all of them, but they did. They fused a bunch of their characters for a series. I forget what it's called.
Should we do one more shot? It's
Yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go.
All right, thanks everyone. We still got 15 minutes. I don't know why I'm saying thanks.
Pouring my shot. Relax.
Oh, yo, here's the thing. Hold on, I gotta talk about this quick.
Ah,
I don't want to talk about work too much, but I gotta bring up something funny that happened. I was on a call with a very, very big customer of ours.
like he's like a big guy.
No, like the company.
Oh,
so-
like the company's full of big people. Like,
Yeah. No.
Can you say that shit?
So the obviously they see my setup and the guy goes, oh, so like, are you like an like you got like a look at your setup, like you got like a podcast or something? I was like, yeah, I do have a podcast. And they're like, oh, you got to tell us about it. And Mark's like, no, you gotta work with us for like 4 weeks first, and then you get access to Maddie's podcast. I was like, hey, I
nice.
was like,
Hey,
hell
sick,
yeah, hell yeah.
sick. Yeah. Gotta earn that shit.
So then, as they're going through the process of like getting integrated with us, literally like in a channel of like their like higher ups in their team, higher up in our developers on our team, they're like, Maddie, are you gonna give us a shout out on your podcast or what? And I was like, no, man, got a couple weeks.
4 weeks.
But,
This
so
doesn't
one
count.
time-
This doesn't.
Yeah, this
count.
doesn't count because I'm not gonna say their name. I'll say their name in a couple
Good.
weeks. But
Good.
I just thought it was so. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo. And then Mark was like, yeah, other customers of ours watch the podcast. And I was like,
Really?
"That's true." Yeah, some people have asked. like, what's your podcast? I'll watch it. And I was like,
That's
"Great."
awesome. That's
Yeah,
great.
It's really fucking funny. But then sometimes I'm like hesitant. I was like, nah, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
hey,
No,
like,
sometimes it puts the pressure on you. When you're like, oh, you have a podcast, I'm like, it's not great. Please don't judge me.
It's more so because like sometimes we talk about very controversial things. I'm like, I don't want you to
Sure.
like, you know what I mean, like impact how you decide to do business. But it's like,
Yeah, especially when it's work and business, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I do it differently because a lot of Christina's friends, like when I'll be like, hey, I gotta get up early tomorrow. I gotta edit a podcast. Like, oh, you have a podcast? And I'll talk about. I'm like, how about you follow us on Instagram first and start watching our clips before you actually watch
Commit
the
to an
live
hour.
stuff? Because the
Sure.
clips is like the highlights. If you like that, I'll see you here, baby.
And we gotcha.
I'm very curious
On the hook.
to know too, like how much of if people when they watch your show and then they see us, they're like, oh, it's exactly the same. Like people who think we might be like putting on like a front of some kind, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you're not
think?
like this in person. I don't know. That's what I'm curious.
I mean, maybe I'm
'Cause most of
biased
the people-
because I know it's us, but
Yeah,
J
but-
Mark made that comment to us when we saw
Yeah,
him.
he said you were like a lot bigger than he thought, right? Like taller.
Yeah, he
Sorry,
thought
I
I
had
was
to
like
clarify.
he thought I was like average height, and I think most people will assume that obviously because I'm sitting down.
It's something I
Yeah.
don't even think about when I see people on webcam. Like I'm like, how tall are you?
I don't try and gauge that. I don't try
Well,
and gauge
I
that
think
at all.
That's
I think it's the
a weird thing.
opposite. I think it's the opposite. It's when you see them in person after seeing them live, you're like, holy fuck, I did not expect you to be this tall,
Sure, I suppose.
right? Because when you see people who are tall, because I'm a fairly tall dude, like it catches people off guard. And Christina, I think
I'm
we
so
talked about this-
fucking tall. I'm so tall and cool.
We talked about this as
Guys,
a joke.
I'm
where
so fucking tall.
Christina will like introduce me to her friends and be like, "So this is Lucas. See, I told you he's tall," and she does this every time she introduces me to
does
her
she
friends.
put her hands like right in front of your dick, like on purpose?
Yeah,
I told you I told you he's tall.
He's-
I told you he's tall.
and it's not to scale. It's
No.
not to scale.
Fuck, that's funny. But,
God has abandoned him.
Yeah, no, it's always fascinating too. Like when you meet people who, like, you've exchanged emails with over and over, and then you meet them, and like this happens to me all the time. I don't know about you guys, but I'll meet someone like, yo, this person's such a fucking dick, and then I meet them in a call. I'm like, you're so pleasant. Like, why the fuck aren't you like
What's
this?
going on? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're the
We
worst,
actually-
bro.
We
actually have a coworker who all our other coworkers are like, yo, this individual, terrible at email. Like
such a
like,
bitch.
Like, yeah, such a bitch, very dry, like to the point. She'll call you and you'll be like, damn, she's the sweetest person I've ever met.
It's
But
funny.
like
It's funny how that
via
comes
email,
out,
very
huh?
straight to the point. Yeah, but I think it's because like when you don't have emojis and stuff like that, like you don't know how they're asking a question. It's like very much like how
So-
like
sure.
how's this task going? It could come off very assertive, but you're like, how's this task going? Do you need help? But you don't say like ... you need help or something like that. You know what I mean?
Does she
You can
think
come
you're a
off
bitch
different.
because you don't have voicemail? Like she tries to call you and you don't answer, and then,
That's what
and
it
then
is.
No, if my coworkers
That's what it
ever
is,
call
she
me,
knows.
then yeah, they deserve to be.
Yo, have you got voicemail yet or no?
Yeah, of course I have.
No, he fucking hasn't. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
Yo,
Yo,
try me.
for your birthday, I'll get you voicemail.
Yo, actually.
No,
yo,
fuck, no.
It's like
I'd prefer you to get me voicemail than those fucking nudes that Maddie got me. And not talking about sex pics.
Hey,
about alcohol.
We'll get you
No,
both.
you got to get
We'll
both.
get you both.
Yeah.
We'll get you both.
And then your voicemail has to be a running ad for news.
Yeah, this is sorry, Lucas here. I couldn't get to you. I was too busy drinking my nudes. It's $10.99.
Available at your local LCB.
Yeah. Leave a
yeah.
message. Maybe I'll drop you a nude.
Well, we should just make it so that if I do ever do a voicemail, I'll just make it so that they never want to leave me a message again. Like, hey, this is Lucas. You know, like kind of spelled Polish way. You know, the accent. Łukasz. Some people call me Łukasz. Some people call me. Don't call me Luke. I don't really like that. You know,
Call me
Edmund
Dirty
Walter.
Pierogi.
Yeah, like, I got two middle names. It's kind of uncommon, you know, here in Canada, but in Poland, it's not really. Actually, in Poland, my parents were born and raised there. Actually, you know, Warsaw. And I'll just keep going off.
At about 11 a.m. every day, I eat my Oikos yogurt. And
What's your favorite flavor of gas? I'm interested. You like the 94 octane, the 97? What are we talking here?
The beep cuts you off.
Yeah, maybe we don't get a voicemail. Mini Mac, let us know your thoughts. Do you think he would actually do that? Hell yeah, he would. Carl said that J Mark thought Maddie was black for some reason, and then he said, "No, I got that wrong. He said you were darker in person than on the show." It's also
that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
It's also funny because it was like at night, so it's like bro, it's
The
dark
sun's down.
outside.
I am darker. It's less light here.
You almost confused Lee and I. Happens all the time. Don't worry. He's the uglier me. I get it. Oh
Man, we were talking about something before that I wanted to add on to. Now I completely forget. What were we talking about before the voicemail?
How
I don't even remember.
recognize people in person after meeting them via email and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or via phone call.
Yes, and
A good example was we had Russ here on the podcast, as you guys know. When I first heard him, I did not expect him to look the way he looked. Because he's very soft-spoken, very, very nice, and he looks like an Australian Zangief, as we mentioned.
Yes, Mr. Potato Head Zangief version. Like the Mr. Potato Head Zangief edition.
We have to have him back.
I've told someone that, and like they were almost offended. Like when I met one of Matt Fan 69's friend in person, played a lot of Warzone, heard his voice. When I saw him, I was like, "Whoa, dude! I didn't think you looked like that." And he's like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "You're just not what I expected." He's like, "Well, what did you expect?" And I was like, "I don't know.
Someone's
like, just
better
not
looking."
That.
Yeah,
You know what
not
I mean? Like,
that. That's
it's-
so. That's such a good result. Not that.
It's not like a negative thing. I'm just like,
No,
it's
just
not what I envisioned you to
attitude.
look like.
Not
Well,
that.
you should have been like, "Oh, you're a lot heavier than I thought."
Ooh.
Like,
Like, your name's Kyle. I thought you'd have like a monster hat for sure.
Bruised
Where's
knuckles
the-
punching all that drywall.
where's the pickup truck that's lifted? You came here in a Prius.
I'm gonna
like, so
ask him if he
confused.
has a pickup truck that's lifted, and if he does, I'm gonna actually fucking laugh. Because then he does look like the guy. Then he does look like what I thought.
There was a guy who worked at Home Depot. His name was Kyle, and he was just that stereotypical backwards monster hat, lifted pickup truck. And I'm like, bro,
Was I not around
drinks.
for that time?
I'm sorry,
Was I not around for his time?
Oakville.
When the hell did you work at Oak? Home Depot, Oakville.
Home Depot, Oakville.
So I say Home Depot. Sorry, I meant Ren's.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
yeah, bro.
Fuck
said
you
Home
for doing
Depot.
that.
That's fucked.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It was somewhat nostalgic being at Lowe's the other day, and like this is like a lame ass Home Depot, but it reminds me of when we all worked together.
Yo, I worked at
budget
Lowe's.
ass Home Depot.
I worked at Lowe's, and my mom,
you-
so she ordered
Would
a
you say that's one
countertop.
of the lowest points of your life?
Oh,
Yo, I would.
different
actually.
Lowe's.
Let me tell you the difference between Home Depot and Lowe's. When I worked for Home Depot, I felt
What
like the
is-
culture was really good. Like we were annoying as teenagers, and adults were trying to basically like
Build their
just
fucking
they're
houses.
trying to tolerate us while we're fucking around getting paid. When I went to Lowe's, I was never like I was so sad because the culture went so downhill, but also like Home Depot's bright
Okay,
orange.
It
these
went
colors that stand
downhill
out.
or it went like uphill professionally, and you're just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, fuck this
No.
professionalism.
Fuck
It-
Home
it-
Depot
it-
for
this-
real.
No, it went downhill in both aspects because Lowe's went to dark blue color. All the beams were dark blue. Like it was just a very depressing, not so exciting color. The culture was shit. Managers were garbage. Also, they had buttons on each aisle, so if a customer like wants help, they'll page, and they'll
that
keep
sucks.
paging every time. What I'll do is every time it pages, they'll add a beep to the beginning to show how long it's been going on. So if it pages again, it's like beep 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 beep, and like managers start hunting you down. And one of the things that sucked is like I was this part timer, and one of my associates called in sick, so I was stuck helping literally a line of customers. I was at the pro desk building a deck, which essentially is like I'm helping this customer build a deck
Build a
and
deck.
price it out. And there was people behind him in a line, and this buzzer was going off for the panel saw, which I was the only one in the store licensed for, apparently, which is the dumbest shit. And a manager came up to me and started yelling at me that I wasn't answering the buzzer thing. And I was like, do you see like I'm literally helping someone? Like, you couldn't step away for a second to cut something? I'm like, I don't know how. You want me to
That's
walk
horrible.
across the other side of the store?
You'd
And,
be like,
she was literally,
I'll be right back.
so she was cussing me out, and I was like, damn. And the first thing I went through my head is like, at Home Depot, this would have never happened. The manager would have asked, hey, can I sub out really quick so you can go to the
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
and come back and sub
Sure.
back in?
Yeah,
It was a very good culture. And then it was such a shock because my mom worked at a different Lowe's. She referred me. She's like, oh, my store is not like that. So I quit without notice. It's the only job I ever quit without notice.
damn.
Yeah.
Never-
I literally,
I hope you
I-
never work somewhere again.
I left a sheet of paper that basically said like to effective immediately I'm quitting.
Did
And I
you,
left
leave
it
it
out
on,
in my
did you leave it on the saw?
no, I left it
Should have.
I left it in my the mailbox of my ASM, my manager, and the HR. I left it all three, and I basically wrote a whole letter being like, "The culture shit here. You guys got to treat people better." I went from Home Depot
Wow.
and was so disappointed, and just left.
When I
remember
was go on.
sorry, I had to get a new apron because I wrote my name upside down on like I like did it upside down. And,
How?
And the manager no
How?
on purpose. I did it on purpose. and it's like,
Okay.
you can't do that. I was like, why, bro? I was like,
We taking this that seriously?
I was like, come on, Ed. It's cool, bro.
When I was
It makes
building
on my
the-
license plate. The V's and A.
Wait. Oh, is that all you did? Was it the whole
No,
thing
no,
upside
that
down?
was the
Just-
whole thing. It was the whole thing.
Okay, a little different. When I was building the bathroom that I put in the basement over the past couple months, I had to go to the Home Depot that we worked at too, and I got really good at my departments when I was there. Like, I mastered that shit, and our department supervisor wasn't the strongest in those departments. I worked in plumbing and electrical. She
Like,
didn't know
physically the strongest.
both. Definitely physically not the strongest. I was in the department. So you can't be the strongest.
Okay.
Mind you, I was also a fucking toothpick back when we worked there.
You still are, so I don't know.
I'm
what
a
the fuck you're
thicker
talking
toothpick
about.
though. Now I'm a bubble tea straw now. Anyways, so she wasn't very good at it, and I'm
You
there
like suck up
shopping.
balls. Is that what?
You ever see that clip where fuck off? Stop taking me on tangents. So I'm at Home Depot. I'm shopping as a customer. I just happen to have to get stuff in the department that I used to work at that I fucking murdered, and she's there again, not knowing shit. And I'm standing there and I'm picking some stuff out of bins, and she walks up with a customer, and they happen to be shopping like right beside me, and she recognizes me, and she's like, "Oh, like Haley," kind of give me like a nod, and the customer starts asking her questions where she couldn't answer, and she's just like slowly trying to look at me. She's like,
He'll know.
Could you? And I was like, what? I don't work here. I ended up helping the customer and giving him everything he needs. She's like, we'll find a way to pay you for this. And I was like, fuck off, Francis. It's fine. It's fine. I was like,
We'll send you a check to your house.
How you gonna pay me for this? Fuck off. Get out of
He's
here.
like, the part you're looking for, just put in your pocket and walk out. We're good.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're square.
Not even mark it down, just walk out with it. I get arrested. I'm like, why? She told me. No,
yeah,
what else?
Oh,
Sorry.
go on.
I was gonna say
no,
that.
it's time.
No,
Go
fuck off.
on.
That real quick. That
Go on.
part, because you were talking about me sucking up balls. You see that clip from? I think it was the NFL. Maybe it was the CFL. It was football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good he is at like grabbing the balls,
Sucking
and
up
shit.
balls.
Yeah, sucking in the balls.
Sucking in those balls. Why would he
man.
say that?
The one thing
So-
we didn't get to talk about was that female swimmer that's crushing all of the NCAA records.
Oh,
we'll have to,
we'll
we'll
talk
have to
about
talk about
We'll
next
talk
week
about it next week.
because I gotta
Fucking
piss real bad.
ridiculous.
So we gotta talk about what we're thankful for.
Let
more
me take some time to think about it. I'm gonna take a long time to think about it.
Let's do a shot too.
This guy's gonna piss. He wants to
Yeah,
put
right
more
in my
liquids in
pants.
his
I
body.
don't care, bro. I
Alright,
can
cheers.
just clean the seat. It's whatever. It's leather.
Woo!
That was weird that you just did that.
I got ice with it. I didn't.
That's
want
weird.
to. I was having bourbon on the
All right,
rocks.
Lucas, what are you thankful for?
Yeah, go on.
Or Lee, you start actually.
I was gonna say I'm thankful for my boys showing me a nice weekend last week.
You took my answer.
Appreciate all you guys. It was great to get different groups of my gang together. All my boys in one spot. It was nice. I appreciate that.
Okay, Lucas.
Grateful that I don't work at a place I fucking hate.
Yo, that's actually
Nothing's worse
that's
than,
big.
than
That's
there's
hella deep.
nothing's nothing's worse than going into work dreading going
Yeah.
into work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to live like that.
No.
I am thankful for the moments when you feel like time slows down because sometimes it goes too fast. And this
That's
show is
big.
one of them, but it did go by fast, so I'm kind of bullshitting.
It always
But
goes by
I
fast.
appreciate all of you friends out there that join us on every Friday episode. And you know what? We'll see you next fucking Friday. Hell yeah. What a way to end it, right?
Sound like a threat. Sound like a threat.
Hell yeah, you better be here. Brother.
Friday night.
Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Okay.
What you want to call that out?
Yeah, I want to call it out. Emma, wow, not a single week yet he's thankfully. See ya.